Our government supports the objective of ensuring there can be no impunity for the first use of chemical warfare in the 21st century. As an international community, we must deter further attacks and hold those responsible for them accountable. We admire the leadership of President Obama and of Secretary Kerry himself in making this case so powerfully to the world. This week, the European Union, the Arab League, and many of the countries of the G20 have called for a strong international response, and it is to the credit of the United States that once again they are prepared to lead such efforts. They have the full diplomatic support of the United Kingdom.
The relationship between the United States and the United Kingdom has often been described as special, essential, and it has been described thusly quite simply because it is. It was before a vote the other day in Parliament, and it will be for long afterwards, after that vote. Our bond, as William has just said, is bigger than one vote. It's bigger than one moment in history. It's about values. It's about rules of the road, rules by which human beings try to organize their societies and offer people maximum freedom and opportunity, respecting rights, and finding a balance in a very complicated world. And we have no better partner in that effort than Great Britain. And we're grateful for that. I certainly appreciate the feelings in our country, too, about people who have strong feelings about war and strong feelings about not going into yet some other engagement in another part of the world. But I think it would be good to hear people saying to a dictator, keep your hands off chemical weapons that kill your own people. Protect your own people. For almost 100 years, the world has stood together against the use of chemical weapons, and we need to hear an appropriate outcry as we think back on those moments of history when large numbers of people have been killed because the world was silent. The United States of America, President Obama, myself, others, are in full agreement that the end of the conflict in Syria requires a political solution. There is no military solution, and we have no illusions about that. But a resolution to this has to come about because the parties are prepared to come and negotiate that political solution. And if one party believes that he can rub out countless numbers of his own citizens with impunity, using chemicals that have been banned for nearly 100 years because of what Europe learned in World War I, if he can do that with impunity, he will never come to a negotiating table. A resolution will not be found on the battlefield, but at that negotiating table, but we have to get to that table.